Okay, first thing that we need to do is, now that we've taken the old flooring out, is we have to take a piece of the new flooring and then just modify it so it goes underneath the door jambs throughout the room. So I'm going to take a multi-tool and put this flooring on the floor, and then I'll go like this and cut this away. And the purpose of that is when we're putting the flooring together and it comes to this area, then it's ready to go underneath it so you get a clean finish. So I'm gonna go through and do the rest of the jambs, and then I'm gonna clean up the floor so it's ready to start putting the flooring down, and then we'll proceed from there. Okay, now that we've cleaned the area, then I've taken and kind of laid out the first row, and then the next two rows with my starter pieces. And so I'm going to start by just taking the first row, and these, once you line them up, you can kind of just clip it a little bit on the front part. I'm not clipping it all the way through just yet. And then I'll take this first starter piece and work it in. And one thing with this flooring is you gotta just tap it in place, and you'll feel it when it goes in place that it just drops in real nice. And you'll feel it, the flooring just finishes off where you can feel it nice and smooth. Okay, so set that in place. Get a full one. Kind of put it in place, and then set that corner there. And then work my way. I'm going to take these tri-bars so they kind of keep it the same distance throughout the floor. When the flooring sets in place, you can feel it. If there's any type of ridge, you just gotta tap it, and it should set the flooring down nicely. I'm gonna tap this corner together. Okay. And just work it a little bit, it just works right down. And I'm gonna put this other piece on also. So you can see the flooring is raised a little bit, so once it clicks in place, it drops right down in. Is one solid, so we're gonna work this next piece on. Put this last piece on too. I don't know what that piece of paper was. What do you think, Ilias?
Instructions?
Directions, you think?
Yeah, probably.
Well,
It's that paper.
maybe I should read these first, huh? No? Okay, right there you can feel it came undone a little bit. You just work it in, it goes right back in. Okay. Just gotta be patient, takes a little bit. That stuff fell right in pretty much. Very nice. Just a little bit. What's up?
There's boxes outside.
Okay, so now we're ready for the piece that goes through. Oh wait, maybe not. Might go short. Might get lucky. Yeah, short. So I'm gonna cut this piece here, so that'll finish off on the wall. Like I said, when the flooring gets set in, just be gentle and it should go right in. And you can feel it when it goes in because it's smooth. How it's raised, once it fits, it just drops. See that? Sometimes you have to adjust as you go, like the one prior, but just check yourself back through. Once it all clicks together, it holds pretty well. You can use a miter saw for this too. I just don't want to go outside and cut. So it uses a lot of knife blades if you use a knife. So okay. Just take the piece that goes through the door jamb and kind of slide it in there. Make a couple marks that it'll sit underneath. Then we throw my tape measure. You measure and see where you're at in regards to coming off that last piece of flooring. Mark it, and then you just gotta go out and cut it. So I'm gonna go cut this, and then we'll be right back. Okay, after we cut our piece that slides underneath the door jamb, and we went through with our multi-tool and cleaned out underneath it, then the piece just slips right underneath it, and it gives it a nice finish. Can't even see any cuts around the edges. Here we just got to kind of tap it together. And then same installation process. You'll just see it nice and smooth. Goes right in nice and easy. Very nice. Okay, so that's installed through the door and then all the way to our wall, but we have this open area back behind the closet, so we had a full piece that was right here and then a cut piece in the back, so I've just cut my two pieces, and now I just got to install this kind of backwards, and it works going backwards. You just got to be patient. And then the back piece. I feel like I may have cut it a little too tight.
Let's see.
All just clicks in, nice and easy. And then I'll just take this, just to kind of get the whole thing snapped together. Perfect. Okay. We've installed that area. Alright, so we're ready to start some more rows. Okay. And Okay. So we're just gonna take it and install a full piece to start. Just kind of hand click it in place. And then you can go back through with the hammer and it just goes in nice and smooth. Go nice, and then I'll start 2 rows. So I'll just take a cutoff piece from the last row. Slip it in here, hand click it, and then just take my tool and feels nice. Okay, we just want to make sure as we go, we just keep the back parts together. So just don't be afraid to feel it as you go. And you can see, like I said, you can see that's slightly up. But once it gets engaged, it just drops right down. Just fill the seams, they feel good. Move to the next one. Up a little bit. Get in there. Nothing. And then just finish it off. Right there. Check your back. Got just a little bit of adjustment right here. I'm pretty particular on this stuff, so. Just a little bit. Use a rubber mallet on the top, because this one may chip the surface and then you'd have to replace the piece. But I use a metal hammer to do this hitting because it's just a little bit more abrasive, or what word am I looking for?
Abrasive's good.
Abrasive's good. As you can see, you got some floppage right there. And it just falls right down in place. Right here on the one, just put in, got just a little bit of irregularity. There we go. Okay, my next one's going to be a cut, so I just measure and cut it. I have to put baseboard on still, so I still have, 5/8 of an inch that's gonna be covered by baseboard. I like to put it fairly tight, but you made me forget my measurement, aliens. Like I said, you can use a miter saw for these cuts, but I don't want to pull one out. So if you just score with a knife and gently break it, that works too. Okay, this one has to slip underneath this piece of shelving. So, like that. Bring my gently tap it, work as you go, across. That's my karate skills. I really like that. Will you hand me that pry bar over there, son?
Yep.
Thanks. Be gentle, it'll go. There we go. Okay. My tape measure. Force. Yes.
Hey. Hopefully I'm not in the shot. It's pretty funny.
What's that?
Hopefully I'm not in the shot. It's pretty funny.
Sorry? There we go. That's what? 1, 2, 5 rows. So I'm gonna run some more rows and then I'll check back with you when I get to this door jamb here. We'll work on that and go from there. Okay, so now we're at this second door jamb and I've cut my piece. So I'm just gonna slide it in. This is 3 rows later. But I'm gonna just slip it in here. Gently. Don't record me going and getting tools.
Wait, Dad. Dad, I have something funny. I have something funny to tell you.
The funny, whoa,
He's doing something.
I'm in the middle of something. So
Okay.
then just tighten it up. Nice and easy. It's just pretty simple. Perfect. And then you'll fill it. Just tap it a little bit if it feels like it hasn't set perfect. And it sets in. Okay. Cut a piece that goes up against the wall. Now I'm gonna mark my piece that goes down the side of the wall. As you can see, we're gonna extend past that. So, pencil. And then we'll measure how far this is here. And I'm going to cut and put this piece in. So we'll be back. I'll show you when we get to the door and the last row here shortly. So, okay, as you can see, we're to our last row. So I've already went out. I've measured all these, and it's 5 3/4 roughly. So I went out and cut my pieces, and now you just take it and same thing. But when you're up against the last row, you're just going to take a pry bar and work it in place. So you can still see it click down. Hopefully. There we go. That's good. There we go. And we'll just put it across, and my baseboard is going to cover this, so there'll be baseboard on top of it. If you don't take your baseboard out, you're probably going to use shoe molding around it. That seems to be pretty common. Just be patient. And we'll just click into place. There we go. Okay. And then my last piece, I just have to cut around the door jamb. multi-tool to cut this very quickly. Gotta take a little bit more. Okay, last piece, gotta work it a little bit. Since it's stuck in here, you might get lucky, it might just click in, but that's it, just be patient, put this last piece in, and you're done. That's it. Alright, now comes the fun part, the cleanup. So, cut.